Hello, dear audience. This is Dr. Estamala, your firstly and successful global educator, SDG and technology enthusiast from Malaysia, who not only focus on a life but also desire to see others excel in their lives by offering quality education for all. I'm gladly uh, greeting you all and welcoming you to another episode again on our forum. Today, our topic will be teenage and mental health. Uh, and for this, we have Dr. Avlokita Sharma from India. And let me give a brief introduction about her. Yeah, Dr. Avlokita, she is she has a degree in dentistry, PGD in health and hospital administration from Symbiosis Pune. After practicing a career in clinical dentistry for a decade, I she switched over to psychology and she has several certificate courses in guidance, counseling, and family therapy. To her credit, she runs a career guidance seminar for high school students and also conduct group counseling sessions for wives of army personnel as a welfare measure. She also runs a center called Cartvi Katvia Path. She contributes articles periodically to various newspapers and international journals like London-based Ishkama. Her writings are part of her many uh, anthologies. So, in her leisure time, she spent working towards rural girl education and writing her blogs, 40 Wings. So, it is indeed our great pleasure and honor, dear Dr. Avlokita, to have you on our prestigious platform. Welcome, Dr. Avlokita.
Hello, Dr. Estera. Maybe,
She got
okay,
disconnected.
she's fine. She's connected. Okay.
Welcome, Dr. Avlokita.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for inviting me for another
Thank
interesting discussion.
Yes, to start the session, I would invite Professor Dr. Rania Lampu to start.
Thank you,
Welcome,
Dr.
Dr. Rania.
Estera. Good evening from Greece, dear all audience around the world, parents, educators, and students. Welcome to the Real Talk with Experts, hosted by me, Professor Rania Lampu, and Professor Dr. Estera. I'm Professor Rania Lampu, advisor at Ellen Higher Education. I'm a STEM instructor researcher. I'm working with the Greek Ministry of Education and the Greek Astronomy Space Company. Welcome all again to our education and lifestyle journey towards 2030. This forum is powered by Ellen Higher Education Malaysia, a prestigious educational-based organization which focuses on quality education for all, regardless of race, country, and religion. Our idealistic visionary founder, Ambassador Professor Esther Malak, focuses on upholding a quality education that develops individuals from all walks of life to their potential, which ignites curiosity, enriches knowledge, and nurtures personal and professional growth. Her vision matches with the vision of Elephant Education as it curates a diverse range of online summits, workshops, seminars, and training sessions led by experts and outstanding leaders in various fields. Elegant Applied Education creates an inclusive and supportive environment by harnessing the power of technology and innovation, and through this platform we aim to collaboratively organize educational events that will enhance knowledge dissemination, skill development, and fostering lifelong learning global community. Elegant Applied Education strictly follows the slogan called Education for All. Our session today is dedicated to the topic teenagers and mental health. It's a crucial topic because teenagers today face a range of mental health issues, many of which are exacerbated by social, environmental, and technological factors. We know that the most common mental health issues among teenagers include anxiety, depression, eating disorders, and very so much more. We are privileged to have with us Dr. Ablakita Sharma, mental health coach, writing speaker, who will enlighten us on this topic. Welcome, Dr. Ablakita. I would like to start with the first question. First question is, what are the most common mental health issues faced by teenagers today?
Various factors contribute to mental health challenges that youth face today. The more risk factors a young person is exposed to, the most likely they are to affect their mental health. Uh, See, adolescence is a phase of transition, and no age and no phase of life is easy, and especially teenage, when the children are confused about not only their career choices but a host lot of things. Uh, Factors that cause stress during adolescence include exposure to adversity, peer pressure to conform, the search for identity. Mental health problems in this age also include anxiety, depression, attention deficit disorders, and eating disorders, which is most commonly seen with teenage girls.
Definitely. And we know all these issues nowadays, especially the issue of anxiety. It's a bit hyperactivity disorder. How teenagers nowadays also the substance users and also don't forget about sleep disorders and behavioral disorders and everything that has to do with self-harm, suicide, and so,
Dr. Anil,
yes,
excuse me, can you please increase the volume because of the background noise, she can't hear clearly.
uh,
Yeah, yeah. Maybe louder a bit. Yes, I
maybe
understand some
I can do
technical
anything.
issue.
It's like
But
very
maybe
much.
you can speak a bit louder. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Is it clear, Dr. Avlokita?
Yes, there's a little muffling of sound. I don't know. I guess there's some with the mic or something.
Yes,
Yeah,
Dr.
yes,
S,
yes.
yeah,
are you also feeling
No,
the same?
yeah. Same here, same here. But never mind. Just go on. Maybe you can speak louder,
okay.
dear.
I want to ask you, how does social media impact the mental health?
Oh, that is the question to ask. Social media presents a paradox. While it can be a source of connection and self expression, which we all know, and it is because of social media that we are having this uh, conversation and we could meet. Dr. Esther is in Malaysia, you are in Greece. So it is all because of social media that we are here. But social media also opens the door to constant comparison. Teens often feel compelled to present a curated image of themselves, which can lead to anxiety. Not everything that you see on social media is real. We all know that. Data has proven that Instagram is the most common social media that children of young adults use is tough on teen girls' esteem. Social media, I mean, the major effect of social media is that children have, teenagers especially, they have stopped thinking on their own. uh, the thought process, it is all affected by what they see, what they consume on social media. Attention span is limited. See, if Instagram, if you are well aware of Instagram, the reels, so the attention span of youngsters has also decreased to the span of the reels that they watch. It is instant gratification. You post one picture and you get 1,000 likes and you feel suddenly feel so good about it. The day you don't get likes, the day that is a bad day for them. So, and distraction from reality, which is not so, not always. Life goals, they are getting distant from their life goals, their ambitions. It is all about fake life now.
Definitely
Excessive
take
social
life.
media has also been linked to sleep problems, attention problems. Like I a quote here. Now, there is a very good movie which it came a few years back. The movie's name is The Social Dilemma. And yes, and
Yes.
I want all the youngsters, if you're watching this show, which is meant for teenagers and young adults, please go and watch this movie. And in that movie, it is very
Social
well
dilemma.
defined and portrayed that these big social media companies manipulate users by using algorithms that encourage addiction to their platforms.
Yes.
If you see, you yes, if on Google you see teenage, like while making this presentation, if we all would have checked Google for data and some statistics. So you put teenage and mental health, and you'll see after some time only these topics are shown to you. It is all algorithm based. You watch one video of a fashion influencer, then Instagram just keeps on showing you uh, content related to that. So, in their money making scheme, the young adults are getting affected. And in serious cases, there has been depression, self harm, attempted suicide also. So,
Yeah.
this movie, yeah, the movie is built to, it is basically to educate the parents as well as the teenagers that these social media algorithms are built to promote whatever you seem is interesting. It of mental health
Is it
conditions such
English?
as
Is it in
depression.
English? The movie? Doctor,
Yes,
is
yes,
this
yes,
English
yes. It is
movie?
in English.
Uh-huh. So maybe you,
Yes, it is an English movie. The Social Dilemma. Yes.
oh, social dilemma. There's another one also, social media or something, that's also about
Network. Yes, the
network.
social
Yes.
network. Yes. Yes,
Social
yes,
network,
yes.
is it?
And as you
Ah,
know,
okay. Yeah. There's some technical glitches here. We'll wait for her to come back.
I want to say that yes, this world of social media is artificial, totally fake, and of course it's related to social comparison because you know that teenagers often compare themselves
Yes.
to the kids influenced to social media and
Yes.
lead feelings of low self-esteem as because of this um, so many issues related also with cyberbullying, you know, with disruption, with addiction, and was exposed to harmful content. Um, so, Dr. Leticia, can you hear us? Leticia?
yes, I can hear you,
I would
but
like to. Okay, okay. What
Go
are
ahead.
the signs and symptoms of depression in teenagers? Because nowadays,
Oh,
more and
yes.
more teenagers are suffering from this in comparison to the past. What was happening in the past? Why is this happening?
see, the signs and symptoms are many, and the problem is, at certain times, the signs and symptoms they get, even the slight, if the child is oversleeping, like if he's been sleep, if he likes to sleep for 8 to 10 hours, suddenly starts sleeping more than 10 to 12 hours, it can be a manifestation of depression, but no, that is a very slippery slope. So you have to be very careful while identifying these symptoms in your teenagers or young adults if you have at home. Not eating enough, definitely. Being lazy or not interested in any activities, in especially in social gatherings, in family gatherings. Uh, no enthusiasm, loss of appetite, yes, directly linked, or sleeping too much. Like it is also seen if it is a cause of worry if your teenager is sleeping too much and not showing interest in anything. So that is a time when a parent or the primary caregiver should approach the child and try to establish a communication channel. It is crucial to address the needs of adolescents with mental health conditions, uh, so that we can avoid institutionalization or taking a pharmacological, like help of medicines. So feeling of worthless or guilt. Now, while talking to you, like talking to a mother or a father or even a sibling, if a teenager show signs of worthlessness. Oh, I'm not good enough. Do you think I'm good looking? Do you think my height is enough? Do you think I can be this? So those are the little hints that the family members should catch upon. Fixation on past failures, time, or being overcritical about yourself. Uh, it could be in relationships as well. If the child is constantly dwelling on being rejected or being not good enough, need for excessive reassurance. When the child comes to you and asks, Mama, do you think I'm good looking? Do you think I can get a partner? Do you think someone will go with me to the prom? So all those these are subtle signs that the parents need to watch out for. Trouble in thinking, or maybe trouble in concentrating, the mom or the mother or the
Yeah.
father everything. Frequent
She's having.
thoughts of self-harm or death, or talking about death. Appetites are eating too much, substance abuse, or maybe suddenly the child is now. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible, but you have some network issue, doctor. It's okay. You just carry on. You just carry on. We understand.
Okay. Unexplained body aches and headaches. Now again, that can be normal also, but in certain times, if the child is complaining of constant headaches, then you need to watch out. Is he consuming too much of social media? Is he on the phone all the time, or is he on the system all the time? Because frequent headaches and pain in the sockets of the eyes are a few signs that are very indicative the child is spending too much of time on the screen. So the social isolation, or don't want to be part of the gatherings. Poor school performance, again, the grades are very indicative how the child is uh, carrying on with his normal life. Less attention to personal hygiene also. Now if the child is waking up in the afternoon and then not brushing or not taking care, cleaning himself or herself up, and looking grumpy and slouchy all the time, angry outbursts, or
Yes.
small things, you're losing your cool. So there would be something poking in his mind that show that the child is not well, that something is not right somewhere. Or
Yeah, doctor,
may-
I wish to add in here. I wish, sorry to interrupt. I wish to add in here that you see, when if you compare to 10 years before, if you see the children now, okay, 10 years before, 10, 15 years before, even during our time, we are actively involving in school activities besides education, no co-curriculum activities like uniform activities where you take part in Girl Guides, St. John's, Red Cross or Blue Cross or whatever. We get involved and actively involved in that, sports and all that. But nowadays, if we see our children are not interested, this is also can this also be one of the signs? Because they are
uh,
not active, they are not healthy, because they're sleeping late, lack of sleep and all that. They don't take good food and all that. Generally, it will affect their mind as well, body, physical and emotion, mental. All this is affected, right? So I think this is also one
yes,
of.
yeah. See, we were very involved in physical activities for the reasons that we did not have exposure to the social media. We did
Mm,
not we got phones much later in their lives, when we were in our 20s. So we
mm,
did not have any other option but to go out and play and entertain ourselves. Now
Yes.
with this generation, the entertainment is right in their hands. And
Yes.
it is easy. Dr. Esther, imagine you and me, we have to
Yeah.
go and okay, play something. So we will make excuses. I'm not interested. Why to sweat it out? You feel lazy. So for these children, it is normal. Whatever the entertainment they want in that age, it is right in their hands. So they don't need to sweat out.
Yeah,
That is the
I think the education system should
yes.
focus on co-curriculum activities, especially physical activities, involving physical activities like uniform, uh, you know,
Yeah.
activities and all that. So I think if the parents and teachers encourage the children to join, take part in this, go with them, encourage them, tell them why it's important for them to involve in physical activities as well as uniform activities in societies, then I think this can take a little bit time away from their gadgets. What do you say? That's the
Absolutely,
only way.
absolutely.
Otherwise, we can't help it. Like what you mentioned just now, doctor.
Yeah, we
The
can't
children,
help
they
it.
have handphone in their
Yeah.
hands. You can't expect them to, but we have to do something about it. Yes.
Yes, yes. It's a
Uh,
pressing issue, Dr. Esther, and I'm very happy that this topic was chosen because it is a pressing issue, especially
yes.
this season. This is a season of admissions, and
Yes.
the children are struggling with the career choices. On one side, in India, there are host of choices available, but
Yes.
not all choices are available. If you think, it is again a paradox, lot of choices are available, nothing is available.
Yeah.
So now the children are so confused and lost, and it is affecting their mental health, because when they see their peers making it to the colleges and getting admission calls from tens or twenties of colleges, and you are still not got one call. So it
Mm.
is a pressing issue, but the children need to
Yes.
understand that instead of comparing, even the parents, instead of comparison,
Yes.
you need to look into the efforts the child has made. If he has definitely worked hard to go into a college, he will get into a college. But if his entire year was spent doing nothing, no physical activity, and resorting to this, you know, just being a keyboard warrior, so it
Yes.
is not going to be fruitful. So we
Yes.
need to. Actually, there's no rule book. I hope there was one rule book. You
Yes.
open the book and you see, oh, this is the problem, and I find this ready-made solution.
Yes.
But sadly, it is not so.
Yes, exactly, exactly. And I think that many parents should change their mindset, especially
Yes,
as far as I know, because I read a lot about what's happening in India, news and everything. I think parents should not pressurize their children to score. If they get 90, score 100. Shouldn't pressurize them. And I think daily, if I'm not mistaken, about 30 students are commit suiciding because of poor results. Actually, not really poor results, it's good results because they cannot cure. I mean, they cannot, they cannot secure the marks which the parents expect them of. You see, I think they're having more pressure from the parents. So the parents got to change the mindset, you know, and also the teachers should also channel their future, future interest into uh, a career which is away from the conventional type: doctor, lawyer, engineer. There's so many areas where they can choose. Like now with the AI, emergence of AI technology and all that, there's so many areas which they can venture, which can provide them job opportunities. Yeah, so parents also got to change the mindset. If you want your child to excel, you got to change your mindset. Am I right? Is it acceptable, Dr. Avulokita? Because you are
absolutely,
expert in
Doctor.
this.
Yes, absolutely. See, but we talk about the comparison between teenagers. So teenagers are
Yeah.
comparing their looks, their height, their weight. Even the boys also. I mean, comparison is not limited just to the girls. Even the
Because
boys
of
now.
the, it's not because of the social media only there, because they
Yes,
themselves suffering of hormonal changes in their body. They
yes.
don't understand what's happening inside their engine. And with all this social media, with all this, and the pressure from the parents, they are really victimized by circumstances. And
See, even the parents are comparing, Dr. Esther, even
yeah,
parents compare. My
yeah,
child as a so for them, it is not about the child alone, it is about their ego as well. My child has got
yes,
95%. Okay, so I am in a better place as compared to my so uh, it's like every day I get now
uh,
this is like I told you a season here. So I get
yes,
calls from the children and the parents. Oh, he's got 95, but still I'm not satisfied. The other person has already got this course. So they want to probably show off कि my child has gone to this particular college or your child has not gone to this college. So they
they want to produce robots. You see, dear, because they are too focused in education. Of course, education is so important, right?
important,
Dr. Rania,
yes.
if there's anything you can chip in. Yeah. So because education is, of course, is the foundation
Yes.
for everything, everything. But again, I see a lot. I'm just sharing some of my experiences in what I observe in academicians, those scholars, those who are highly educated, who have flying colors, but their attitude is very bad. Attitude is very bad, no manners, no empathy, but they are scrolls. You see? So these are not good values which the academician has. When they don't have, how are they going to impart it to the young generation? If they don't have, the young ones will be worse than that, including parents. Okay, parents, like you see, academicians are also parents, and also a lot of people. I mean, of course, parents are there. So we are now. What I'm mentioning now is about the scholars, academicians. They say they are professors, they are doctors, they are what. But if you really go into, when you get closely and work with them, you see, oh my God, their character is horrible. You see? So when this kind of people we have, what do you expect of the young generation? We cannot blame them alone because we have to lead by example. Yeah. We have to teach them what is empathy, not teaching them like on the board, and tell them, oh, empathy, these are the quality, this is one. We have to behave like one, right? So this is what we need now. It's not everything academically from the books, from the notes, but we need practically, demonstrated to the people, our pupils, that what is empathy, what is care, what is manners. You know, I think we have to focus on moral lessons also now. you know,
So, sorry to
yeah, that's why.
interrupt
So
you, Dr. Estera. I want
yeah,
to say
yeah,
what is
yeah.
happening
Rania,
here
can
in
you please
Greece.
check
In Greece,
what's happening in Greece?
uh,
Yeah,
students more and more are becoming more, have problems with discipline. We have many resignations from teachers. Teachers can't handle this and they resign. After 20 years of teaching experiences, they can't, they're very disappointed that they resign more and more. So what is happening now, our minister has introduced a new reform which has to do with more punishments. I mean, there was a pilot period when we have given many liberties to children, but this has failed in reality. So now what is happening? After 10, 15 years, we're returning to all the punishments. Understand what I mean? This is what is happening here in Greece because children are out of control. There are so many mental health issues. We need psychologue. I think psychologist is the first top priority of every school, and that's why now we invest here in Greece on this. Every school should have a psychologist because educators are not trained to be
they're not
mentors and psychologists, but they're not trained on this.
and future
Um,
generation, Dr. Rania and Dr. Avalokita, in Malaysia, we have shortage of teachers because even the younger generation, okay, they don't opt to become teachers after their high school.
Yes, yes,
You know,
because the children are
they're not
becoming
choosing that
more and more
profession.
difficult.
Yeah,
They're becoming
they rather
difficult.
be. Everybody wants to be businessmen and businesswomen. They want to be entrepreneurs. They want to make fast money, quick money. But yeah, Dr. Avalokita, you're saying something. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Your
totally
mind,
agree. Every that quick money, and who is teaching that? The social media is teaching them. Okay, you get into this,
yes.
and in your money, 5 days, your money is going to multiply. And but see, there are no free lunches, and money doesn't get multiplied by like that. If had all of
Yes.
us, there would have been
We
no
know,
poverty.
we have passed through the age. We know, like you see, yeah, I do agree with you, Dr. Avlokita, because there's many advertisement on social media, many reels and all that saying, you want to make money? You want to make fast money? You don't have to do that. You don't have to do this. Just do what I say. When I see this
Yes.
kind of, reels or any advertisement, I just throw to, I don't want to listen. I don't want to take in because I know what is to earn money, how to earn money, and what will stay and what will not stay
But
with you.
Dr. Stera, you know what is happening with influencers now? Influencers are earning very
Ah,
easily money.
yeah,
Yes.
So that's why they're role models for young people.
yeah,
They just
yeah,
prepare a video and they earn huge money.
yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
exactly. But if you see in long run, I think three-quarter of them will be drop out. They will drop whatever they are doing now.
True.
Only
True. True.
few succeed. Is
Few
it?
succeed. Yeah. Few
Yeah, few
succeed.
succeed. Are we? Let us say that now we buy a lot of things on online. Example, our young children also buying from online. But how good is the quality? Are we teaching our children? Don't buy everything from online. I know it's
Yes.
convenient. It's the order of the day. But do you? I mean, do you think that everything you buy online has good quality? I have few experience, although I'm not really fond of it, but I've tried buying few, which I see that, oh, it looks so beautiful in the advertisement. But when you get the material, it's like a sackcloth. I don't think you want to wear. You see? So it's so cheap. Yeah, when you go for cheap things, very cheap things, and then this is what you get. So don't go for cheap things. So we have to observe all this. Nobody does business for cheap and again good quality. That's never happened. If you think that can happen, go and buy on from the shelf yourself. Then seeing is believing, and you get what you want. Even you pay higher price, right? So I think we parents have got to teach the children so that they can cut down on viewing in all this and buying things from online. Yeah. So like what
Yeah.
Professor Rania said just now, influencers make a lot of money. Yeah, but not all are successful here
Not all.
because yes, they make tons of money. You see, what comes easy
Goes
effortlessly will
easy.
not stay with you. Goes
Yeah.
effortlessly also leave you, right? Because there's no base there, no strength in whatever they do, right? Yeah. So
Yes.
please carry on. Please carry on. I don't want to talk. Just stop. Okay.
Yes, so what strategies can parents or educators can use actually to handle uh, these issues and to help actually children from these mental health? What do you suggest, Dr. Abdul? What kind of strategies?
See, ultimately, it all comes down to parents uh, and educators, of course. But as Professor Rania has just mentioned, that you agree, your country needs lot of psychologists. Just giving an example here. In India, also, or it is a mandate by the school education board that every school which has strength of 3,500, they need to have two psychologists or counselors, as we call it here. But sad part is nobody understands the importance of mental health. We appoint psychologists. I don't know, Professor Anya, what is happening in your country and Dr. Esther, but here, a teaching job is not what it used to be. Firstly, nobody enjoys it anymore. Secondly, it is not very paying. Thirdly, if you do appoint a psychologist or a counselor, the tasks that are given to that person are totally different from what it is mandated. She will be asked to take all the substitutions. She will be never in her office. She will never be available if a girl student wants to share some problems of hers. Her office will always be logged. She will be running acting as part-time discipline in charge, acting as a health specialist or a substitution teacher. Nobody takes that appointment seriously, and the
Exactly.
reason
I
behind
agree with
it,
you.
because nobody knows, even these teachers who have put in about 25, 30 years of service, they don't understand why is it important to have a psychologist in the school. Why is
Ah,
the education board asking and forcing in every conference, in every meeting, and in on every inspection, that where is the counselor, what all she has done, has she identified children with behavior problems? And we are doing a hogwash here. Reason, because the teachers are uh, overtaxed.
yes,
Half the
exactly.
time they
That is
have
one
been
of the
given
main reasons.
everything and anything to do. So they
Yeah.
had to, they need a help. So all the counselors, like we, whenever we, when I was working with the schools, that was our pet peeve of all the counselors. They put us in everything, anything, and as an employee, you can't say no. And for
Yes.
the sole reason, nobody in the management, nobody in the administration understand why is this appointment created. The counselor should be in our office all the time, so that any
All
child
the time.
having any problem at any part of the day, should that
Should just
problem
pop
should
in.
get resolved. Yes, but no, we,
Yes.
we are going to put her in annual day function, controlling the crowd and all that. So
Yeah,
that is
yeah. Multitasking. Make them lose interest in
multitasking.
whatever they can't be productive.
Yes,
They can't
yes,
focus.
they can't
Agree.
focus.
Agreed.
And
Agreed.
then as parents, what, see, if you do realize that your teenager or young adult is going through a period of anxiety or depression or a bad phase, be mindful. Firstly, you need to accept that my child can also have issues. There is no shame in accepting that. The entire purpose of parenting is to resolve the issues of your children, because that is what you have signed up for. uh,
Mm.
may ensure that there is no cyberbullying involved, and that can
Yeah.
only happen if there is a two-way communication. You should not barge into your child's room just to ask. There has to be, you need to have a solution also up your sleeve all the time. Encourage teens to explore creative outlets like music, art, writing, or even physical activity or sports. Connect them with
Yeah.
support network, provide them resources. Now you just tell your child, okay, you're feeling depressed, go out and start playing basketball. That doesn't happen. You have to find a coach. You have to enroll your
Ah,
child in some kind. Yes, you have to make that effort, or maybe even make your child, hop the child in the car, take the child to a sporting the sports club, and look into the which interest of the child. You just can't just tell, okay, fine, why don't you start playing guitar? It doesn't happen. You have to enroll the
if
child in a
possible,
music.
Dr. Avalokita, I think if possible, normally nowadays youngsters, youngsters are always like that. They want gangs. They want their friends to come. So parents can talk to other parents and get their
Yes,
children together to go for all these activities. This is one
true.
way to encourage them. Yeah, we have to
And it's
see
an
what is their interest. You see, we
yeah,
cannot go what we like, what we want to do. Always we must see what they like also. So they'll be
yeah.
happy doing it. Very good sharing, Dr.
Yeah.
Carry on.
And then when you're talking to your child, firstly, like we all make mistakes. Like I always say that there's no rule book for parenting, and every parenting style is fine if it
Fine.
ends up it's in the interest of the child. You can't be judgmental about parenting. My parenting was good. My parents' parenting was not good. Or you find the neighbor has not raising a good child. You don't even know what is happening in the your neighborhood, what the parents are going through. So avoid power struggle when you're talking about anxiety with your child. And what is power struggle? We never faced this problem. We never had an anxiety issue. Why are you having
Ah,
anxiety issues? Times have changed.
no, no, no,
You are
no.
not
We
here
still
to.
expect.
Yes, you are not here to do a kabaddi match here. You are not here for a wrestling match. You are
Even
here
the
as a
climate has
parent.
changed. The climate have
Yeah,
changed. The world has changed. Wow, what
the
else?
world has changed. Yes. Just because I did not go through doesn't mean my child will not go through. Or whatever I went through something, necessarily my child might not go through the same. So no parenting
Yeah.
styles are the same. No, even if you have two children, the temperaments don't match. One child will be going in the north and the southern, the other one will be going to the south. You
Yes, yes.
so and yes, Dr. Esther, like you mentioned, you have to follow the rules yourself. If
Yes.
you are encouraging your child to take sports, then it doesn't mean that you be a couch potato, you slouch on the couch the whole day
Yes.
and you expect your
Yes.
children to be very active. It doesn't work like that.
Yes.
Children,
Yes.
they need role models. So
Yeah.
if you want your child to be off social media, you have to be off social media. You cannot tell
Yes.
your child, okay, 1 hour done, but you are on Instagram for 3 hours. No, I'm sorry.
Exactly.
It can't be like
Exactly.
that.
Exactly. Lazing at home, they don't like most mothers, they spend time on phone,
Yes,
chatting, on social media, and the children are looking at them. When you
yes,
tell the child not to do, the child will be thinking, some will just reply, some will say in their heart, oh, you're asking me to do that. What are you doing? Yes?
yes,
And some
yes.
some children rebel against their parents because
Oh,
of
yes,
this.
absolutely.
Yeah.
See,
Yes,
yeah,
a lot of things. A lot of
see,
things.
if the like yes, Doctor Esther, if the recipes can be handed over from generation to generation, so even habits get carried on by generation to
Yes,
generation. So we
yes,
always boast of chicken curry that our grandmother used to make or our mother used to make. Similarly, the habits also, like the child will say, "Okay, I'm following your footsteps. This is how you behave at home. This is how I am going to behave," and then you can't blame the child. So what the child is
exactly.
watching at home, he's going to
Yes,
emulate in his own life as well.
yes.
So it is a difficult task, and keep the communication channels open, dear parents, all the time. If the child does walk into your room with a sullen face, be ready. You please don't just send the child away. Okay, now is not the right time. The child has come to you, be have a listening ear, and maybe the child doesn't just wants to. Now this is especially in the case of young primary school girls, when they want to share there's some incident of abuse that has happened.
Oh,
Most of the girls, they do not share with their parents, fearing the parents will not understand.
mm,
Um Even the boys also, they are so fearful of walking up to the parent and sharing a bad experience they had while going to the school in the van or in the school itself. So because the parents are firstly either not available or they are not ready to listen to the child, or
mm,
they just brush off as a random incident, uh, saying no, 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 it would not happen like that, because we want to be in the denial, nothing bad can happen to a child.
yeah.
So parents need to be watchful all the time.
Work harder, work harder. Parents got to change their style of parenting. If they want to follow how their mother, grandfather, okay, the good one we can still take. Our parents, our grandparents, still good. Okay, they are still good,
Yes,
but take what is applicable, practical now. And then
yes,
another thing is that many parents, okay, especially Indians, yeah, Indians and some very religious people, they think once their child has grown up, 13, 14 years old, they are not supposed to have any physical contact, no
yes,
hugging. Give them, this is a therapy. It doesn't mean when it's a baby, it's a toddler, then you hug them and all that. Your children need your hug. Hug
yes,
speaks 1,000 words, young or
yes,
adult, even to adults also. When you see, if I and you meet, we hug. You see, although we are online, say one day we happen to meet in person, Dr. Rania, me and you, don't you think we will hug?
yes,
We will hug
absolutely.
each other. Why? We already in relationship. We have good feelings for each other. We
Yeah.
want to express, and especially for children, when you hug them, even they are young, especially teens, they need hugs. When you hug them, they you are telling them, I'm with you. Okay, you can share anything with me. I'm approachable. Okay, I love you.
True.
I care for you. So this is the unspoken words when we hug children. So when parents feel that children have grown adults, some don't even want to talk. They say, "Oh, my son, my daughter is adult now. I cannot talk this." No, you can talk anything. Like just you talk to another person, you can talk anything, but in a right manner. Right manner. You can talk anything. So your children need attention, although they are 13, 14, 15, 16 years old. Yes, this is another thing. So, Dr. Rania, you still have another question, any more questions, or shall we close?
Close collaboration between parents, educators, and students is important. All
Yeah,
stakeholders will be involved and experts also. Without close collaboration, without, especially with parents, if we don't have them with our support, then nothing will happen. I'm saying this because there are many parents who are in denial and they're saying no, that the teacher is bad and my child is fine. You understand what I mean? If it's not
yeah,
of genuine, honest collaboration with parents, we will lose the game
yeah. We need
because
not as
parents
parents. Yeah,
become
I think
hostile,
parents.
hostile against. They
Yeah,
always blame teachers.
even the fathers must take an active role in attending to their children. You see, by you hugging your child, even 13, 14, 15 years old, you might not, the child might not tell you what they are going through. You need not, like you see, if you ask me, I'm not a mother, but I've studied for all this and I practically I see, and I have nephew, nieces who I've attended to. This is what I do. So I see that there's results. Okay, when you hug the child, you don't know what the child is going through. Although it's a teenager, you don't know what they're going through. But one thing is for sure, what is happening to them is hormonal changes is driving them crazy. So they need this hug. They need much attention. So they will open up. Teenagers, they will never open up to you. They will open up to their friends, but not with you. Sometimes with their teachers who are approachable. So what we parents got to do? Sometimes parents complain, my child is not talking to me, doesn't want to listen to me. It's not what they are going through. Earthquakes inside them, volcanoes bursting every time, exploding, and they are having problem. They are problem to their own self. What do you expect them to be doing to you? Nice to you? No, they don't know. They don't understand. So parents got to make the first approach. Daily, please hug your child. When you talk, put your hand over the shoulder. Give attention. That's the only way to draw them towards you. Lovingly. Yeah. I think this really works first if for parents who think that they have some distance from their child, the teenagers especially. This is one way to heal the mental condition also. When your soul is healed, you are emotionally okay, it can help to heal your mental problems. Yeah, what do you say? I'm talking, I think, Dr. Avlokita, the expert, is there.
Yes, and I want to
Avlokita,
ask
you got
one,
one more.
one more question, Dr. Blakit, about teenagers with substance use. What we can do about this? Because we know that now they start already in primary school, they start drugs and other
Drugs
kind
and
of
all,
substances.
drugs,
So
cigarettes.
we know also that these masks also mental health disorders behind. That these children have divorce problems. You know about this. So how we can help actually?
Professor Rania, it is sad. The reasons are plenty. See, the children generally start off with experimentation. Okay,
Yes.
so they want, they, like Dr. Esther has said, ki they don't know what is happening inside them. That is one part. Secondly, adventurous.
Escape.
Look, like we are now grown up. Just recall the time when we were young. I'll give you a classic example that I give to my students as well. That when I learned a two wheeler, and when you would have learned a two wheeler, the first thing that you used to do was race and check that the needle will, the speedometer needle will go at one end. That was the first thing that you used to do. Now, young adults is that is what we have done. We have also been young, grown up and mature. teenagers are experimenting. They are experimenting not in substance abuse, they are experimenting in their physical relationships, even in their sexuality also. Even if, for example, if a child is otherwise who's straight but he wants to experiment, and just to know what it is to be be physical with another gender. So the boundaries have been blurred. Coming to the point, Professor Anya, the substance abuse problem is worldwide, India also, and it is sad. The reason is it is freely available. It A lot of I'm you will be shocked that it is available online. Very popular portals, they have they deliver the milder form of various substance abuse. I mean, articles that can be used, that can be addictive, readily available, exposure to, again, media, then their peer pressures are there. Children are not afraid of experimenting. One thing leads to another. It starts with experimenting, probably alcohol, then going on to tablets, and then going on to meth. Name a thing and the children have done it. Parents need to understand it is not your fault if your child has succumbed to the pressures of substance. It is not our fault. No parent would ever introduce such articles to their children, knowingly, unknowingly. And even the children of, the studies have shown, the children of addicts, not necessarily turn up addicts, some gets are so averse to alcohol and substance abuse that they are teetotalers, and others, of course, they it is all, we can't generalize there. How do we treat this problem? The only thing is awareness. You have to keep telling your children you should not do over and over and over again. You can maybe once in a while. In schools, we used to have the attendees to shelter homes, to rehabilitation centers. So once in a while, you can take your children to visit a rehabilitation center, and to make them understand how this is going to end if you ever get caught in the loop of drug addiction. That will scare them, of course. Then checking on the peer group that they have. You, as parents, you need to be involved, you need to be in loop what friends your children have. You just can't have a blind eye. Okay, if your child says, why do you want to know who my friends are? No, insist that I want to know who your friends are, what their life goals are, who their parents are, where they live, just a general idea. If if your child moves in a circle of 10 friends, if one of them is into substance, the likelihood of your child also getting into is very high. So you need to, I mean, you have to have a very firm hand here. No, you are not going to be friends with this person. They are going to retaliate, they're going to hate you for this, but in
Yes.
the end, let
Yeah,
them hate
doctor.
you.
Another thing is that you see nowadays parents are too busy. They only
Yes,
go to school when they feel that they need to question the teacher. They need to
yes,
attack the teacher. Then they go to school. Otherwise, they don't take initiative. They have no time. They're too busy, And if you ask the fathers to go, the father will tell mother, "You go."
yes,
So
yes,
the mother has too much work to handle, too
yes,
much responsibility to handle. I think the fathers should take this responsibility, go to school, talk to teacher, ask teachers what is happening with the child in school, who are the child's friend, like what you say is very important. They
yes,
learn everything from their peers. Smoke, first smoking experience, first drug, first girlfriend, everything
yes,
first they learn from their peers.
yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
exactly. These are all basics. Then comes the education. If this is
Yes,
not right, the education has no meaning. I mean, it's waste,
it's
right?
waste. And say,
Under
lastly, I would, Professor Rani, like, the parents also need to set boundaries. Like Dr.
yeah,
Esa said, be friendly. Like I say, be friendly with your children, but not their friend. Do not
ah,
make it a habit to sit and share a drink with your teenagers. That is the biggest mistake parents of this generation are making. They think it is
Yes.
cool. We are very cool to, we share drinks. No, I'm sorry. You are parents. Behave
We
like
need to
parents.
send, we need to send such parents back to school.
I know.
They go-
The
yeah,
parents need to have a separate set of friends where they can go and have a drink, but
yeah.
not with the circle, not with the friends of your children. Be
Even
friendly.
adults.
Yes, do not be friends. Do not be the harbinger of all this. Do not start it at home. That is the issue. See, we are that generation. We are especially my. I come from a very conventional family, so money was always enough, but luxury was not there because my parents believed in the concept of saving. So, what is
Yes.
the first thing when you have your own children? What is the first thing you want to do? You want to splurge. You want to give them a taste of luxury. You want to, shower. Okay, my parents, they started with a hatchback. I will now graduate. My children will go in a SUV. So that is your own insecurities. Your children never wanted.
Yeah, you
Now
never,
you get
your
a
child
taste
never
of it.
asked.
Yes,
Yes.
now you get a taste of it, and the children get a taste of it, then there is no stopping. In this very sad case, I could have seen on social media where a guy who was a 17-year-old guy driving Porsche, he killed two youngsters. So
Yeah.
whose fault is it? Why does a 17-year-old need a Porsche to be driving on the streets?
Yeah. You give
So
everything. Why should they work?
yes,
You
so
know,
they have to earn it. And
yes.
coming to the part, substance abuse, it is scary. Parents need
Yes.
to realize that their child can also fall prey. Do not think your children are saint because you gave them moral values. You never know which child will end up where. Be confident, have faith, uh, be religious at home. There are certain values that never go out of fashion,
Yes.
especially is holding on to your faith, whichever community or religion you belong to.
Mm.
Get your children connected with that faith that you have.
Yeah.
Secondly, lastly, we parents of Prasadanya can only wish and hope that they do not end up in substance abuse, and you got to be watchful. There are no set rules. You can't be over strict with children. Offsprings of over strict children, they are liars, like it's a saying.
Lying
uh,
is just like, just like another thing, just nothing. Don't feel ashamed of themselves. I'm lying to the person so much today, and tomorrow, if the person find out, how? No, they don't care. It's
they
just
don't
like
care.
nothing. So everybody, even just now before this forum, I was thinking about something, and this thought came to me. Oh my God! Nowadays, a lot of people are lying as though it's so real. They talk to you so real, but it's a lie. You only discover after some time it's a lie. They are not honestly talking to you. So parents are doing it. So children are also doing it because children, they nowadays children they are very smart. Okay, they don't have two faces; they have three faces. First, they have two faces. At home, one face. Outside, one face. As they grow, become adults, at home one face, with friends one face, at workplace another face. So you see, even sometimes I tell parents, if you have a lot of property, don't tell your child that you have so much. Never tell. I don't care. I tell all my parents, I mean, even my friends or family or anybody ask for advice, I tell them, please, whatever you have, keep it to you and your spouse. Do not share everything to your child. That I got this much property, this house for you, this car for you. You give them all kind of hope, and they feel, why should I work? I'm rich. I don't have to work for it. So who is spoiling the child? When you want to attack the teachers in school, first, I think teachers have right to attack you also back. Why did you are the parents? What have you done with your child? That your child comes to school and behave like this. If you have brought up your child well, you have disciplined your child well, you have given enough attention, teach what is good and what is not good, teach manners, your child will be behaving well in school. You see? So it's all interrelated. You see, everybody has to play their roles. You see, we cannot only blame the teenagers. Of course, we can't help it once they grow up with all the social media. They go out and mix with all sort of people. Our child will be good, but the friends, we don't know what's their background, what kind of problems they are facing. Actually, if you ask me, Dr. Avokita and Dr. Rania, I feel so sorry for the young children now. I feel so sorry for them. They are born in this generation, no doubt. They are very advanced. They are very smart. They have all the AI, technology in their hand, but still very sad. Like just like you are so rich, but you are not happy. You are not a happy person. Yeah, I feel so sorry for them. This technology, this world now has victimized them. You see, they are actually trapped in this era. So we got to help them. So parents, teachers, the community, the society, we must have healthy gathering, and we got to help these children. That's what I.
See,
Wow.
moderation is the key. Moderation is the key for parents also. Be little bad cop. Please, you have to play the bad cop, good cop
Yes.
all the time. Yes, if you are angry, then by evening you should be okay. But at the end, parents need to just accept that this is what is happening in the society, and be open that it might happen with you as well. Don't be judgmental of other children
Yes.
or other parenting styles. Do your thing. It is not your children are not something, they're not your trophies. You don't have to
Yes.
put them outside your gate and tell, oh, my child is now uh, have graduated from this institution. I mean, not all toppers make it big in the world. So,
Yes.
and at the same time, don't introduce your child to the luxuries just because you want to introduce them. Let them
Yes.
earn it, let them work hard, and ultimately, all the money that you have earned, whatever way, it is going to go to your children only. You are not going to carry anything, you are just going to go alone. So, let them have a taste of hard work, let
Mm.
them break a sweat, let them earn it, and later on you can reward them whatever resources or that you have, or you that is up to family to family. But
Yes.
don't just throw away their future by introducing them to uh,
Too much
stuff
comfort.
that they
Too
don't
much.
even need and they don't even ask for. So,
Yes, exactly. If they need a
so
car, they are going to college or university. They need a car. Buy a normal car. Why
yeah,
buy
but
expensive car for them? Even
But
if you
Dr.
can.
Esther, okay, come to India and you realize that children don't ask, the parents give, because they also have this social standing and ego
Yeah,
issues,
yeah,
and they also want to show off. Half the times the mothers are. I mean, it's sad. It's the world has become so very sad.
Dr. Bhavika, let them do. Let
Yeah.
them do. They don't think, they don't care for their children. They think they care. They want to show off. End of the day, they are going to suffer.
They-
See? The
Absolutely.
smart parents are going to reap the benefit of being a good parents.
Yes.
Yeah. But all these parents who spoil their child, show off their child, they will create robots. Okay,
Yes.
robots with no feeling, no empathy, no love for their parents. End of the day, and they are going to reap the whatever they sowed. So I know it's sad. It's happening everywhere in the part of the world. you know yeah, it's everywhere. It's not confined to India alone, but I know. I can see, but it happens everywhere. Anyway, we had a fantastic session today, 1 hour.
Yes.
Yeah, I know it's a very important topic. That's why I allow it to go. So, Dr. Rania, shall we do the closing?
Yes.
So, is there anything you want to say before we close, Dr. Avlokita?
So I think
Uh,
it was a very, yes. Yes, go
Yeah.
ahead, Dr. Brigida. I don't
so
have anything to ask you. Yes, go ahead.
So, it is a wonderful session. It was much needed. I hope this reaches a lot of homes, because Dr. Esther and Dr. Saranya have this inherent quality to simplify things and break down things to basics. And I really, really hope parents watch this. whatever the top questions we could cover in this short time, and those are very meaningful questions. And parents, if you're watching this, don't lose hope. Hold on to your children. They are your best investment. If you're not going to support them, who's going to support them? Parenthood is what we all signed up for. Nobody forced it on to. Even if somebody forced, even if it was you never wanted to do parenting, or I mean, now that your parents accept it and move on, be with your children, try to protect your children at any cost. At the same time, impart values. Education is important. There is no substitute for education. Even if you have tons of money locked up somewhere, if the child do not has access to basic education, that money is going to get uh, spooked off. If your child doesn't know how what to do with that money, if she doesn't have the basic financial sense, the money is going to go off. So invest in your children time with respect to time and values. Money is not everything. If you have a happy home, healthy children, I don't think so. We need more than that.
Yeah, when you
So
have a lot of money, spend time, a lot more
yes,
time with them, going for holidays, spend time
yes,
weekends,
yeah,
visiting, nowadays, even children, they don't know who are their uncle, aunties, you know.
true, very
So
true.
why not spend that time? Try to be as much as you can with your child, especially the teenagers, especially because the younger one definitely gets attention. Yeah, but the teenagers, what we are talking today, our topic is teenagers, and
Yes.
this is a very crucial age, very critical age, for this child. So spend more time, you know, like nowadays children, even if you call them, some mothers complain. You see, I was watching a real some shows where parents and their teenagers were sitting at both end, and they were talking about how social media influencing them, how what are the effects and all that. Parents are complaining the children are not sleeping early, 3, 4 a.m. And next day, the child has to go to school, college, and don't be surprised, doctor who's going to treat the patient. You see, doctor who's supposed to work next morning is also on the social media. You see, parents are suffering. You see, really, we are in a very messy world now. Yeah, everybody thinks, oh, we are on the top of the world. No, we are in a very messy world. We got to sort out things. Otherwise, everything will be in a mess. Yeah. So, Dr. Rania, you want to do closing or just,
Yes, in
yeah.
the closing.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Oblekita, Dr. Esteban participants. It's my honor to give the closing remarks of the Forum Real Talk with Experts. What a joy always to organize this forum online and to be able to welcome experts and dignitaries in education, which is a good sign to collaborate together to enhance the education system globally. I would strongly emphasize that the slogan quality education for all has accomplished the mission vision of unified education. Thank you, Dr. Avlokita, for pointing out important aspects of mental health issues among teenagers. You mentioned the contributing factors such as social media technology, academic pressure, family dynamics, peer relationships, and of course, economic environmental stress, identity, sexuality. All these are factors that contribute to the prevalence of these mental health issues among teenagers. You mentioned how does social media impact the mental health teenagers. It was a very insightful description. You talked how social media actually influence the mental health through social comparisons, from cyberbullying addiction, overuse that we mentioned, and of course, you suggested some important strategies in order to mitigate the negative effects such as setting boundaries, try to develop, cultivate critical thinking among teenagers. You mentioned about parental monitoring and support, and you also described the science issues of depression which are alarming for parents and educators in order to take action. So Thank you very much, Dr. Nikita, for your very informative talk. Harvard Clarity was addressed to the brilliant audience, teachers, parents, and students who made it here with us today out of their busy schedules. We meet again next week with another interesting topic. And before I let you go, let us give a big thank you to Ambassador Professor Mr. Malo, the visionary founder of the brain and the heart of Aleta Pepper Education as a project director. See you soon. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you so much, dear audience, for being with us, and especially for those who had been with us from the beginning. Thank you so much, and we love to have you again on this platform. Thank you, Dr. Ablokita. Wonderful session.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.